64 challenges are ready. Is there a Cinderella story waiting for us? The best are set to battle it out, but there can only be one victor. Who has what it takes to win the Golden E-Ticket, the most prestigious award in all of Walt Disney World podcasting? It's Mouse Madness, baby!
Hello, you're listening to ReedyGeeks, a Walt Disney World podcast. My name is Andrew, and I'm joined today by Namas Tapas, Sean.
That's good.
And Sebastian's best friend, JJ.
Well, Sebastian's best friend is Flounder, right?
Well, I guess they're Flounder. Flounder, JJ.
Yeah, I guess the context is better. Sebastian's best friend, JJ.
In today's episode, the geeks go mad with round 2 of Mouse Madness Sit Down Restaurant Edition. Last week, we kicked off our very first round of 64 in Mouse Madness Sit Down Restaurant Edition, and the votes came flying in. Brackets were busted, favorites fell, and a few Cinderella stories survived to see another day. Now the field has been cut in half. The easy choices are gone, the casual picks are out the window, and this is where it starts to get serious. Welcome to round 2. The Golden E-Ticket Award for Best Sit-Down Restaurant is still up for grabs, but from here on out, every matchup gets tougher, every debate gets longer, and every vote matters just a little bit more. Let's see who's moving on, guys.
All right. Before we get into the matchups, I just wanted to give a little reminder of the rules because, like any good competition, it is based in structure. So there's 4 regions: the monorail region, the boats region, the buses region, and the Skyliner region. There are 8 contenders in each of these brackets, and here are some rules to keep in mind. Region names have nothing to do with the restaurant itself. Rule number 2, single elimination. There are no second chances. When a restaurant loses, it's out. Rule number 3, the fans count twice. Our aggregate audience score counts as 2 votes. Rule number 4, if it's got a show, it's got to go. Hoop-de-doo review, you are a dedicated show and not a restaurant. You are disqualified. Rule number 5, the geeks are for the people, so no restaurants that easily cost over $200 per person allowed, a.k.a. the Victoria and Albert's rule. Rule number 6, each geek vote counts as 1 vote. And the last rule, of course, is no excuses, play like a champion. Let's have a good match.
Super excited for this. We're going to get right into it. JJ, you're taking us through the monorail region, right?
All right, so in the monorail region, to start us off, we have the California Grill at the Contemporary against San Angel Inn in the Pyramid of Mexico at Epcot. You know, this is definitely a battle of ambiance. Excellent ambiance.
A battle of vibes.
Yeah.
Excellent ambiance in both places. California Grill, obviously a signature experience. San Angel Inn is a Mexican restaurant. It does their things very well. We're in the top 32 restaurants. Very worthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these 2 restaurants, I think, JJ said it, California Grill, and what more can we possibly ever say about this restaurant that hasn't already been said? I think San Angel Inn is a really good selection from round 1 because I just think the menu here, the authenticity of the food, the vibes, the scenery, it's just a really good, fun restaurant, and I think the overall experience of dining, I think you'd have a more fun time at San Angel than at California Grill. But yeah,
it's almost fun versus elevated, right?
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The experience is mostly the whole reason why you go there versus California Grill. Although you have a good experience with a great aerial view, the food really sells it.
Right.
I'm going with California Grill.
I'm also going with California Grill.
I will be voting for San Angel Inn.
Ooh, so now it's up to the
restaurant.
fans.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, with a score of 232
Oh my
to
gosh.
46,
My God.
the listeners went with California Grill.
Okay, I think California Grill might be a contender to win the whole thing.
That is a score.
But maybe it's about knowing the hosts and our affinity.
That could be. That could be.
Okay, next matchup in the monorail region, we have the number 5 seed, the Boathouse at Disney Springs, against the number 4 seed, the Yachtsman Steakhouse at the Yacht Club. Man, these are very similar restaurants, but I would say the Boathouse is more about, there's more fun at the Boathouse. There's a lot of boat theming. Steven Schussler is a themed restaurant connoisseur, who's the guy that invented the theming at the Boathouse. It was a concept created from living on a lake in Minnesota. The Yachtsman is a recreation of a classic New England steakhouse. It has that, it has that country club. Well, not a country club. What is that? Like a boating clubhouse kind of situation.
I think it would call it probably a yacht club.
A yacht club. Yeah, I think
Is it just called the Yacht Club?
I think, yeah.
Okay, so
But it doesn't have to be like huge yachts. Like
Yeah.
I think the Smithtown Yacht Club,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, Smithtown Yacht Club.
Yacht Club.
Yeah.
So it's just called the Yacht Club.
Yep.
But it really feels that vibe. It's an elevated space, really well themed. I think the Yachtsman might be a better meal on paper, but the Boathouse is busier and there's a lot more people that go. We go to the Boathouse every time. We love watching those boats. We love watching the amphicars go in the water.
Yep.
I want to sit at that table that is a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a table that is a boat in that. The bar is shaped like a boat, like there's a boat hull is the bar structure. It's a really cool spot, but it's about finding the best restaurant. The Yachtsman's got great food. I think I have to vote for the Yachtsman.
Yeah, I really like the Boathouse. I've never actually, I've been there many times. I have not sat down and had a meal at the Boathouse, but it's such a fun place. Like JJ said, the themes, the vibes are really great there. But the Yachtsman, I've said, is one of the best meals I've had in Disney World. So for sure, it gets my vote here.
I gotta. This is so tough.
This is a hard one. It's a 4 and a 5, and it's deserving.
I think that the Boathouse though is just so much more approachable for anyone.
Yes.
Yachtsman is, very expensive and stake forward, and I don't know. I think the Boathouse, you're going to get more people to want to go there.
It's one of the most popular restaurants in the country.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to have to vote the Boathouse.
Okay. So the fans will decide with their 2 votes.
And 160 to 61, the fans voted Boathouse.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
okay.
That's not surprising to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think either direction would have been surprising.
Right.
But wow, congratulations. Next matchup here, we've got Olivia's Cafe at Old Key West against Chef Art Smith's Homecoming in Disney Springs. We're biased.
Yeah.
Let's just say that first and foremost. I know Andrew made a statement in our previous episode about loving these DVC resort restaurants, but he's going to probably love voting this out right now.
Yeah, I mean, the Art Smith's is just on another level. You know what I mean? Like Olivia's is a nice place to go to get lunch one day. It's right by the pool. You want to go in there after the pool or something like that. I don't know, but it's not Art Smith's.
Yeah, and we've been talking about Art Smith's dinners, and one of the most popular, hardest to get reservations is Chef Art Smith's Homecoming brunch.
Yeah.
Their
Oh, is it
brunch
really?
is one of the hardest reservations to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is, it's such a slam dunk. Let's see how far this thing can fly. I'm voting for Art Smith.
Yeah. Chef Art Smith.
You're going Art Smith's as well?
Is the vote for me.
Okay, so our listeners agreed as well with a score of 199 to 49. Art Smith's wins.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the right choice.
Art Smith's got some heat.
It's going to go far.
Look, seems
I
like
hope
it.
so.
All right. Last matchup in the monorail region.
Already?
Yeah. So we want to make it longer?
That's how numbers work.
We've got the Tusker House at Disney's Animal Kingdom in Africa against Narcoossee's at the Grand Floridian. I feel really bad for Tusker House.
Yeah.
This is, to me, it's so obvious. I mean, Tusker House, probably the best character dining, especially in a park.
Yeah. Is it the best character buffet?
Yes, because they have actual African options too.
Yeah.
Mixed in with the regular stuff. And also exclusive character. You know, you've got the safari outfits they're wearing, so it's a unique experience. You can only get Safari Mickey in so often.
You know, actually, that says something though. That if we're gonna say that this is the best, maybe even the best buffet, could this be the best buffet out there?
No.
Maybe Boma might be better.
I would say Boma is a better experience for the food specifically.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of feels like we're saying all these really great things about this restaurant and why it's so good, but we're not going to vote for it just because it's not a Grand Floridian restaurant. My vote is for Tusker House. I think it checks all the boxes of what you want in that kind of restaurant. It's family friendly. It has good, unique characters. It's got a good menu. It's got good offerings.
Yeah.
It's at some point you have to factor in accessibility to as we get through these rounds as to what really separates one from another. Narcoossee's is an elevated dining experience. Is it the better restaurant? Probably. But what's the better experience for your average vacation goer?
I guess, yeah, that depends on what
A
you're
family of
using
four
to qualify as best restaurant.
I think Tusker House loses this matchup, but I think it should get a leg to stand on.
The Tusker House does stand on its own, and I totally get that. Is it just to the level of Narcoossee's? And remember, Narcoossee's is on the water, right? You can see the fireworks from there. You can see the water pageant parade from there. Like it's also more than just being at Grand Floridian.
Yeah, I'm probably keep saying this. It's probably the best seafood forward restaurant in Disney World. So if you're a seafood fan, this might be your top dog. I'm gonna vote for Narcoossee's, but I do respect your point. The flavor for maybe shouldn't just be all of these Narcoossee's and the signature restaurant.
Right.
Because, you know, family of four going to Disney World, you go, oh, I want to spend on one character meal. Tusker House might be that one. You should do.
Yeah.
There's also a good use of time in Animal Kingdom.
That's a great point as well.
Yeah.
Is that at Animal Kingdom where you might be done by noon.
Right.
This might be a good place to go at 12:30 before you head out.
Or a good
would
place to
recommend-
start your day so that your day goes a little further into the
I
afternoon.
recommend taking a break at like 10:30. You have a late breakfast.
I'm also voting for Narcoossee's. So
Okay.
we got 2 Narcoossee's, 1 Tusker House. The
Fans will decide.
fans will decide, and the fans with a 206 to 96 voted for Narcoossee's.
Yeah. Tusker House. It's unfortunate you met your maker there.
All right, now we are on to the boats section.
Ooh, boats.
Boats. Sean, you want to take us through the boats?
I sure will. An agreement that you stop saying that.
Boats.
I make no promises.
All right, matchup number 1 in the boats region. We have Tiffin's at Disney's Animal Kingdom up against Rosencrown Dining Room in Epcot. I don't think this is based on our feelings, and we're a very pro Rosencrown podcast. I don't actually think this matchup is as close as we maybe would think it is based on our affinity for Rosencrown. I think Rosencrown has a pretty hard ceiling. Like, I think it does what it does very well, but it offers almost nothing else.
Yeah.
Like, the food is good. It's a good pub style atmosphere. If you want to get a seat outside to watch the fireworks, that's a good little hack.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It offers very little outside of that, and I don't think I think Rosen. I know we're not supposed to be judging it this way, but Rosencrown is a way better bar than it is a restaurant.
Yeah.
Right. And you can't let that crowd your judgment.
Right, yeah. But I just did a quick refresh on Tiffin's and the menu and everything. That this is pretty clearly Tiffin's to me. But it stinks to vote against Rosencrown this early in the game.
It does hurt. It does hurt.
Tiffin's is meticulously themed again, and we keep doing this where we keep voting for these signature experiences over the more accessible. But Rosencrown it's such a short menu. Like, there's an Irish pub
But I was saying,
in your
accessibility,
town.
go to Raglan Road.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's in Disney
And
Springs.
you'll have so many more options.
You'll have
of
way
food.
more drink and food options.
And it's at very least the same, maybe even a little better. Raglan Road might be a little better than
Yeah.
Rose and Crown.
Well, listen,
Probably is a little better, actually.
one thing I also want to say is that in Rose and Crown, it has 4 entrees, and one of them, fish and chips, you can get
You
outside.
can get outside.
It's
yeah.
the same exact.
It's literally
Yes.
they produce,
fish and
they
chips.
make
It's
it
just
the
a
same
larger
kitchen. Yeah.
portion.
Yes.
That's it. It's only
So
different.
you
Bangers
really
and
only-
mash is really good. I will say that. But
And I actually want to get that next time I go.
Oh, I have. Wait, yeah, I've had that a couple times. Their bangers and mash is very good.
Yeah. My vote is also for Tiffin's.
All right.
So, with a score for the listeners, with a score of 115 to 63, Tiffin's wins.
Okay, we're in lockstep.
yeah, our listeners know how to vote.
They know ball.
No balls.
All right, next matchup here we have the 5 seed Jaleo by Jose Andres at Disney Springs versus number 4 seed Ohana at the Polynesian.
I said that I really want to try Jaleo next, and I've been talking about. We've all shared a lot of thoughts about tapas and all that stuff, but there is very little things more Disney than having a meal at Ohana, and it has to be Ohana for me.
Yeah, this round for me is still Ohana, just because of the pure Jaleo is just a restaurant.
Jaleo could be in Vegas. It could be in New York City in Times Square. It could be whatever because it's a famous chef, has a good restaurant.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily want to like make that blanket judgment that I'm not voting for just restaurants, but when it's up against such a Disney restaurant,
Yes.
the vote is for me it's 100% Ohana.
You know what's funny is in the last round, I voted for Wailulu over Ohana, and I voted for Aleo over Hollywood and Vine. But now I'm going to vote for Ohana over Aleo. And that would lead me to believe that I would vote Wailulu,
over Jaleo. Yes.
and I would. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever was coming out of that round 1 matchup, that was the hardest one for me. Wailulu versus Ohana.
Yes.
And whatever was coming out of there was gonna do really well, in my opinion.
Yes.
Because you could argue that those are the 2 best ones in boats. Had to play each other first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm going Ohana. Just like you guys said, it's a quintessential Disney. While Aleo is an amazing restaurant, but it's not quintessential. Well, the listeners agree with us with a score of 186 to 67. They voted for Ohana.
All right.
Ohana gang.
I think I'll take one of those newfangled trolleys down to the drugstore soda fountain and meet the boys for a cold sarsaparilla.
All right, next matchup, we have the 6 seed Sebastian's Bistro at Caribbean Beach against the 3 seed Flying Fish at Boardwalk.
It was signature against family style, family forward restaurant.
Wow, this happens time and time again.
Right. This has been this whole side of the board. And I don't know if Sean's just influenced me in such a way where I'm now leaning towards the family experiences, but I do love Sebastian's. I'll keep saying it. Like, you can trademark my statement. Sebastian's is the most underrated restaurant in Disney World. If it wasn't at Caribbean Beach, it would probably be $20 more person and be the same experience.
Yeah.
So it's one of the only value picks available. There are restaurants that do what Flying Fish does, which is like a surf and turf kind of vibe, that are already on to the next round.
Narcoossee's.
And Narcoossee's got a better view. Narcoossee's got a better menu.
Well, I gotta say the chandelier in Flying Fish is
it's beautiful.
so cool. And it is an open kitchen view. Like they're cooking it out.
Yes,
there.
you can
that's-
see them.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's not the Seven Seas Lagoon.
No. It's not the fireworks, it's not happily ever after. No.
It's not the water pageant.
No, God. That 8-bit music. It's not that. I agree with you. I'm going Sebastian's just because of it wins its category of affordable family style.
Yeah.
And Flying Fish doesn't win its category.
Right.
So
Yeah, there's nothing more to be said. It's Sebastian's for me as well.
So we disagree with the listeners. The listeners voted for Flying Fish over Sebastian's.
Wow. Sorry, listeners.
Yeah, I mean, we totally took it away from the listeners there.
Thumb on scale.
Yeah.
We said we weren't going to do that this
Whose
time.
podcast is this?
But you know what? If you disagree with us, try out Sebastian's first. And if you did try Sebastian's and you still disagree with us, let us know.
Also, Sebastian's did change. What it was pre-pandemic is not what it is now. It is much better now. It's something that's gotten better. One of the only things maybe that you could say, wow, it got significantly improved post-pandemic. They've spent some time and made it an attraction.
I actually think that the pandemic helped these mid-tier restaurants out.
Because the big head chefs moved
Yes.
down a peg
Yeah.
and revamped some things
Yeah.
and made it
Because they
better
opened
and more
those.
consistent.
Yeah, they opened the mid-tier restaurants first, and they didn't want to lose the head chefs.
Right.
So they moved them there, yeah.
All right, the final matchup of the Boats region. We have the 7-seed Boma against the 2-seed Topolino's Terrace.
This
This is a big
This
one.
is another tough matchup.
Yeah. I think these Animal Kingdom Lodge restaurants all do everything they do so well. And I mean I don't have much experience at Topolino's. I think I've only been in there actual lobby of the restaurant.
We
once.
didn't even get anything. We walked in, but it was already
we
closed.
were
so we had to walk right back out.
I think we were trying to get a spot out on the terrace.
We were trying to have a drink out on the
Yeah.
balcony, and it was 10:25. So of course everything's closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for all the reasons we discussed in the previous round, just the offerings at Boma, for the value of it, I think I have to give a high priority to things that you're trying that you may not be able to elsewhere. Because when you go on vacation, you want to try new experiences, you want to try new things. So for me, the vote for this round is Boma over Topolino's.
I'm gonna do something that I never thought I would do. Boma was for a long time maybe my favorite restaurant in Disney World, but there's something about Topolino's Terrace. Maybe it's the aerial view. Maybe it's the fact that their breakfast is character. It's still a very good sit-down breakfast. So it does kind of check that box of, is this Disney enough?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, you know what? It kind of is, because it's got that breakfast thing, which is maybe similar to Ohana. Like, Ohana's got the Stitch breakfast. So Topolino's Terrace, you get to meet these characters. Minnie's hosting. It's not often that it's not Mickey that's in charge at these places. This one's Minnie's, and I think that's really cool. I'm going to vote for Topolino's Terrace.
Yeah, I just got to go based off of my experiences, and I didn't have that great of experience at Boma, but Topolino's, I've never had a bad experience. The servers there have always been great. We became friends with one at some point,
Yeah.
we were going there a lot. The outdoor area too, the
balcony.
The balcony is it's not just an area where you can stand. There's couches out
Yeah.
there. You can take your drink out there, relax. Their brunch, the Topolino's brunch, is amazing.
Yes, it's maybe the best breakfast on property, and
Yeah.
it's got characters.
Yes.
So it's something for everybody. You can go there with someone that doesn't care about characters. You can go there with people who only want to do meals that are characters.
Yeah. I will say this is the only restaurant that breaks my if it's a DVC only resort, then it has a more affordable
This is not an affordable place.
It's not an affordable place like Olivia's or
Turf Club.
Turf Club. Thank you. So I'm going with Topolino's. Our listeners also agreed that they were voting Topolino's over Boma.
Wow. All right.
All right, that's 2 regions down.
Wow. And we're heading to the buses. I was going to do a pun, but it's not coming to me.
Okay.
Thank God.
All right. So for our first matchup in round 2 in the buses region, we have the first seed Jico, the cooking place, versus the 8th seed Steakhouse 71. I'm sorry. Can I do that again? The Cave at Steakhouse 71.
Oh, the cave at Steakhouse 71?
Yeah, the Cave at
Well,
Steakhouse
That's
71.
the expansion.
I like Walt's place more. No. Jico feels like one of the ones that can win it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This kind of feels a little like an unfair matchup. Steakhouse 71 is while I enjoy it, I have a good thing to say about it. Similar to what I said about Rose and Crown, it feels like Steakhouse 71 has a very low and hard ceiling. It can't really do much more than it does. I think it does like it's with Rose and Crown. It does what it does well, but it offers very little else. The food is, while good, it's a little more than American bar food.
Yeah.
Right. It's just not Chico. It's not doing what Chico is doing. To me, it seems very obvious that it's Chico.
Yeah, I would agree. I think in terms of your value, what you're getting for the money you're spending for your value, the ambiance, the theme, the vibes, everything is Chico for this.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with Chico. Like I said before, I had Chico going pretty far. It's just so unique too.
Yeah.
Steakhouse 71 just, it could really be, not that it could be anywhere, but like.
Yeah, it can be anywhere.
Yeah.
Maybe it wouldn't be Walt themed, but it would have the same menu.
Right. The listeners, in a score of 137 to 104,
Ooh, close.
voted for Steakhouse 71.
Whoa! And whoa! Oh, but it doesn't matter
Doesn't matter.
because we put our thumb on a scale.
All three of us voted for Chico, so.
Wow!
Yeah, I know.
Wow, that was Steakhouse 71 is a lot more popular than I thought.
Or
But I wonder if it's one of those places that they're being like, well, this punches above its weight class because, like, it's kind of the affordable version.
Yeah,
of
I was going to say, I think it has. I think the listeners maybe voted Steakhouse because Chico is a very intimidating menu.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're not really looking to try something new, you know what you're getting at Steakhouse 71.
It is,
and
also,
they do it well.
Yeah, it is also very expensive, Chico. While Steakhouse 71 is, it's more obtainable.
Yeah.
And even more than that, maybe it's about the location. Steakhouse 71 is so close to the Magic Kingdom, and Chico is like you have to make a dedicated trip there.
It is.
But
It
it's
is
worth to make a special.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. I wish it was easier to get to the Animal Kingdom
Right.
Yeah.
resorts.
Yes.
Perhaps a Skyliner expansion, but what do I know?
Well, that's progress for you.
For our next matchup, we have the 12th seed Sci-Fi Dine-In versus the 4th seed Hollywood Brown Derby.
Ooh, Battle of Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood Studios Showdown.
Yeah. Wow.
Are we going to keep doing this where we keep voting for the more expensive restaurant?
I mean, it's also just the better restaurant.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
if we're trying to find the best place to eat in Disney World, I think you have to assume the winner of this overall bracket is not going to be the cheapest place to eat in Walt Disney World. And I just think that for all the reasons we just spoke about in the last round about how Sci-Fi Dine-In could be doing so much more with its theme, I think this is very easily Hollywood Brown Derby.
Yeah, I mean, the Brown Derby is the place that invented the Cobb salad, and you're hard-pressed to find a better theme park meal, like as far as like quality and stuff, is going to the Brown Derby and getting that Cobb salad. It's all the fuel you need, and it tastes good at the same time. And it's kind of hard to do to get something that's filling and feels like a meal, but it's not going to bog you down. It's really good way to like get back up and at 'em. It's kind of an energizing meal.
Yeah. And the Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater, just to me, it's just been the same thing for too long. And even though they updated the menu, okay, but I don't know.
I actually kind of, we spoke about how in the last round, we spoke about how them changing their menu was possibly a positive for them.
Yeah.
Where I think that updating the menu to what it is now, you losing the plot of the overall theme. Like, it's 1950s drive-in. Like, if you want to elevate it, this sounds silly to say out loud, but like, elevate that style of food. Still make it like burgers, sandwiches, milkshakes, things like that. But like, make it a little fancier, make it a little nicer. Don't just abandon the theme altogether and put chicken cordon bleu on your menu.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going Hollywood Brown Derby.
Yeah, same.
Brown Derby.
Okay. Our listeners, in a score of 115 to 53, our listeners agreed with us that the Brown Derby won it out.
All right, we got them back on our side.
Yeah, we redeemed ourselves.
Okay, so continuing on with the buses region, we have the 11th seated restaurant with Whispering Canyon Cafe, with 3rd seated restaurant, Toledo Tapas Steak and Seafood.
I keep doing this.
I know.
I keep voting for the more expensive restaurant, but Michelin told us that this restaurant is good. It's not many things are in the Michelin guide that are at Disney World. There's a restaurant at the Four Seasons. There's Victoria and Albert's, which is disqualified.
Right.
And there's Toledo. It's mentioned on the guide as it's not a Michelin star, but it's like it has some sort of recommendation. Like it's mentioned in the guide that is a good place to eat.
You know what, though? I don't care what that tire company says. I'm going with Whispering Canyon.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I can't. I can't in good conscience do that because I think about like I think about like
can't just be that stupid.
like at the end of the day, at the end of this bracket, if my name was on telling someone the best restaurant in Disney World was the Whispering Canyon Cafe over an actually probably good restaurant in Toledo's, I would feel really bad about that.
You're assuming that Whispering Canyon is not good.
I have nothing against Whispering Canyon, but I think that when we're talking about the best restaurant, even though, like I said, I'm on record not loving the tapas idea, there's more to have here. There's more offerings here. I think this is the better restaurant, so I will vote for Toledo.
I'm going Whispering. And our listeners, with a score of 99 to 89,
Close.
went Toledo.
Wow.
Yes. So Toledo moves forward. I would have thought our listeners
I was prepared for a Whispering Canyon upset.
Yeah, me too.
There, I really was.
It was close.
Yeah.
99-88.
Okay, to finish out our buses region, we have the 10th seed, Summer House on the Lake, versus the 2nd seed, Le Cellier Steakhouse.
This is the hardest matchup we've seen thus far this episode.
This episode.
This episode. Yeah.
This is the hardest one this episode.
And it's a 10 and 2.
Yeah, but I think the newer restaurants were seated lower than they should have been.
Yeah, I think a newer restaurant that's in the Springs is maybe going to get a bit of an unfair seating.
Yeah.
But again, if we were to stack this by region specific, Summer House is probably
a much higher
4 or 5 seed.
Yeah.
Right.
But
right.
it just in the order of operations of how we've done this, it happens to be a 10 seed based on the ranking we put together. I think Le Cellier at 2 feels right. Summer House at 10 feels a little bit of a knock against it.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, it's still no contest. It's Le Cellier.
Ah, gosh, this one's really gonna be tough for me. Summer House is a little cheaper than Le Cellier. There's a lot of other places that are basically steakhouses that are still in this tournament.
But I think Le Cellier is the premier one. Like Le Cellier versus Steakhouse 71 is...
Well, that's no contest.
Yeah.
It's Le Cellier.
And we just lost the Yachtsman.
Okay, so Le Cellier, it's a classic spot. Very Disney. It's one of those spots that you would surprise someone with that was maybe like you're trying to win someone over. You're in Epcot. You want to make someone a Disney fan. You're like, oh, let's go have dinner here. And all of a sudden, it's this great steakhouse in the middle of a theme park. And you're like, yeah, Disney does that.
Yeah.
Like, there's something very impressive about that.
Yeah.
On the other hand, restaurants that are doing what Summer House does it so incredibly well. Really great meal. The whole menu, everything on it that I've had has been very good. It's going to be a game time decision for which way I'm leaning. Andrew?
I'm going Le Cellier.
You're ready to vote.
I'm ready to vote. I'm voting Le Cellier. Just it's a cut above the rest. That's just,
beer cheese soup.
I really like Summer House on the Lake. I've eaten there once, so it's not like I've tried a great deal of things from there. But it's just I don't know, Le Cellier is just it's just a little more special, a little more Disney, a little more
There is something amazing about it being in Disney World, in the park.
In the Canadian Pavilion.
Yeah, there is something awesome about that. I know that you guys are both going with Cellier. I'm going to go Summer House so that the fans get to decide.
I like that. Well, in a score of 213 to 87.
Not that close.
But we don't know which way they've gone yet.
They went Tony's Town Square. No, they went Le Cellier.
Wow. Okay. So I was lamenting over nothing.
Because you have a wonderful imagination.
Okay, so that concludes our buses region. Now we're moving on to the Skyliner region, and that will be JJ.
All right. Let's start off. Though this is going to be a bloodbath here. I'm sorry.
Oh, another Grand Floridian restaurant.
Sorry in advance to Sean and anyone that is an everyman. We've got the number 1 seed Citricos against the number 8 seed Raglan Road. I said a lot of nice things about Raglan Road last episode, about there being live entertainment, that what they are seeking to do, they do really well. Their food is good, and they're doing basically what Rose and Crown does, but better and more diverse. But Citricos is probably my favorite restaurant in Disney World, just because it does all the things that you want a really great restaurant to do, but they're putting some more fresh flavors. Citricos menu this is another restaurant that in the pandemic, Victoria and Albert's head chef helped revamp the menu post-COVID, and I think that went a long way for Citricos kind of truly becoming the top dog at the Grand Floridian. Obviously banishing. We banish Victoria and Albert's because we're for the people.
Right.
For the people, but he won't vote for the Irish bar.
Yeah.
Okay. He'll vote for the place that has $125 and $150 caviar on the menu.
You don't have to get it.
He's for the people.
I never ordered the caviar.
They're not forcing you to order it.
Do we think, is this the only place in Disney World that has caviar on their menu?
Well, Victoria and Albert's right next door also does.
Do they?
I don't know of any other place. Yeah. So, JJ, you are voting.
Oh, I'm voting Citricos.
You're voting Citricos. Okay. Sean?
I will be voting with the place that does not have caviar on the menu. That'll be Raglan Road.
Oh, boy.
I mean, either way, it's in the fans' hands. So,
yes,
however you
right?
go. Right.
I'm begging you to understand how the voting works. I'm going to get on my knees and beg you.
Okay. So, I'm going to go Citricos. Because that is, I think, one of my favorite places to go in Disney. So
it's a place that's worth the money. You could put Citricos. It could be the best restaurant in your area. Like you put Citricos, you drop it in your hometown or the town next door, and that's going to be where everyone wants to go for their anniversary dinner.
Yeah. I actually think I don't have my bracket in front of me, but I think when I filled out my bracket, I had it winning. So
I believe that my bracket also would have Citricos winning.
Neither of you did brackets?
I did one, but I did it so early, and I wasn't even thinking. Like, it was all gut.
So the listeners with a score of 229 to 155, these are both high numbered restaurants. Citricos wins it.
Wow. Okay.
Y'all enjoy your caviar.
I'm not ordering
I'm
the
gonna
caviar.
I'm going to go have a Guinness.
You can. No, I don't know if they have Guinness on tap there, but they make a really good old fashioned. I can vouch for that. Next matchup here, we've got the 5 seed against the 4 seed, so no upsets so far. We've got Via Napoli against Sanaa, and if there's an overseeded 5 seed in this matchup, I think it's here. But again, this is our New York bias, but Sanaa is such a good, unique experience.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the fact that you have a savannah right outside your window with giraffes walking by is so cool. And the bread service is amazing, but then also just the regular food is
good.
Very good.
Yes,
very good, and also approachable. Like you don't have to be the most daring person. Like they do it in a way that gives you a flavor, but yet is like not off-putting.
Right. It's like a steak, but it's seasoned like you haven't had steak
Right,
before
right.
or whatever, right?
Yes.
It's not something that's so outlandish, and it's got that Disney magic because it's got the animals. It feels like such a slam dunk to me.
Yeah, my vote is going to be for Sanaa.
Yeah, mine as well.
Same.
Okay. The listeners with a score of 159 to 112
Pretty close.
voted Sanaa.
Okay.
All right. Okay, for the penultimate matchup of this whole round, we've got the number 6 seed Beer Garden Restaurant against the number 3 seed Wine Bar George. I believe on paper Wine Bar George is probably a superior restaurant in terms of quality. But what would I recommend people go to?
Yeah. If someone was asking me for what's a good like date night dinner spot in Springs, I'm not recommending Wine Bar George. But if someone asked me what's the best place to eat as a family in Epcot, I don't know if I'm immediately recommending Beer Garden, but it's closer to the top of the list than Wine Bar George.
Right.
Wine Bar George is a restaurant that could be anywhere.
Yes, but
it's a wine bar with meat and cheese platters and good small bites and appetizers.
And entrees. It's got good entrees.
It's got good food.
Yeah.
And there is a George. He's there. You can meet the guy. Wine Bar George is a guy named George that works there and is an expert sommelier.
Yeah.
This could be my bias for not being a wine person. And I'm like, oh, wine bar. Like, oh, that's not for me. But no, it's a superior restaurant in terms of restaurant. But does the location ding it enough for me to say, you know what? Actually, maybe it is Beer Garden.
Yeah.
It's such a fun time to go to the Beer Garden. And it could be one of those things where you have one big meal at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
And that fuels your whole day.
I'll tell you, I think the food at Wine Bar George is far superior to Beer Garden. But I'm still voting Beer Garden.
Yeah.
A lot of what you said, Sean, about like, where does it rank on top of like what it's good at, right? Mm-hmm. But also the entertainment factor, like that can't forget about that.
Oh my gosh,
the beer,
the beer,
and the wine. There's nowhere else that you can get wine by the ounce in Disney, right? So you want to try a glass of some really like rich wine, like you can do it there for a lot cheaper than getting a
whole glass.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think I am purely going to vote for what I think is the better restaurant, and that's Wine Bar George.
Okay.
I'm voting Beer Garden.
My vote is Beer Garden as well.
So it's up to the fans.
It's up to the fans. It's up to the listeners. With a score of 113 to 82.
Another tight one.
What do you think?
I think it's Beer Garden.
I think it's Wine Bar George.
It's Wine Bar George.
Wow.
Yeah. Wine Bar George wins it. Oh, Wine Bar George wins it.
That's what I'm afraid of. That's what I'm afraid of, putting my name on saying a certain restaurant is the best restaurant in Disney World.
Wine Bar George, which is like the 4th best restaurant in Disney Springs, is the best.
Not even.
I guess it was easier to do with bars, right?
On your big vacation, this is where you need to go. Wine Bar George. God. No integrity.
Well, in our last move, maybe we can regain some integrity. So this is the last matchup. You guys have been doing great. We've made it this far. And it is Teppan Edo in the Japan Pavilion of Epcot against Morimoto Asia in Disney Springs. This is almost exactly the same kind of matchup.
Yeah.
We've got Epcot versus Springs.
Yep.
A celebrity, Iron Chef Morimoto, an expert sommelier, and Wine Bar George. These are cut from the same cloth.
I don't think there's any question, and we can all agree that Morimoto has probably better food than Teppan Edo. I think probably the quality of the food is better, but just like Wine Bar George and Beer Garden. Right?
Yes, it's very similar.
Very similar.
But I think the food at Teppan Edo is a little better than the food at Beer Garden.
Oh, yeah, I think so,
and
too. Yeah.
when you factor in, it's entertaining, it's really cool, it's great to spend time in that Japan pavilion.
Yeah.
I'm flipping. I was fully voting for the on paper better restaurant, And now I'm voting for all the other stuff, and I'm voting for Tepanito.
I too am voting for Tepanito. I like the idea of being in the Japanese pavilion, getting hibachi, right? And it's so good for kids, for
They
families.
sing Disney songs. They're doing all sorts of stuff while you're getting your meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so often going to be more willing to give the edge to even though hibachi is not a Disney style.
No.
It's not Disney specific food, but I'm going to be more partial to giving the vote to the more Disney restaurant. They don't do what they do at Tepanito at Morimoto.
Right.
You know, you can go into Morimoto in downtown Disney and feel like you're eating in any other city. It's just good fine dining.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm gonna give the edge always to the restaurant that's gonna give you that a little extra Disney, whether it's songs, whether it's something for the kids, whether it's, you know, Disney flair.
Yeah.
There's a Disney magic to Tepanito.
Yeah. And the Japan Pavilion is my favorite pavilion in Epcot, so that'll be all the reason I need to vote Tepanito as well.
I mean, if you're talking about what restaurant would you recommend to people to eat at in Disney World, when you're like, I'm in Epcot, where should I have lunch? Where should I have dinner? And you're like, I want to have a sit-down meal in the World Showcase, and you're a family. Tepanito might be number one for that. Like that scenario of like, I have a family. We're going to go sit down and have a meal while we're in Epcot.
And we need to sit. It's not like a
right. We need to sit.
Sam Eagle's
Regal Eagle.
Yeah. No,
that's more quick service.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a big you can sit down in there, but it's not table service.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's true. Like whenever we go out with our friends with kids, it's always to a hibachi place because it's just it's entertaining for them. So you captivate the kids and you have their attention, and it's a lot easier of a restaurant experience with kids is to have like a little show with it like that.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's fun for adults too. I have a blast when I go to hibachi.
Yep.
Me too. I always like the sake shots. The sake.
Well, yeah, they're not doing those for the kids. You know?
Oh,
But who doesn't love an onion volcano?
Right.
You know?
Right. Okay, so for the listeners, because all three of us went Tepanito, listeners, what do you guys think? What do you think the listeners chose?
I think the listeners also went Tepanito.
I agree.
A score of 109 to 94.
Oh, tight.
Close.
Tepanito won.
All right.
Wow. All right, so that is the end of round 2, and we have our Savory 16 set.
Savory 16.
Not only do we have our Savory 16, we also have our listeners who are in the lead. So we had some switch over in the listener ranking, and some people held their place.
Nice.
Joe C right now leads with the best bracket.
Wow, he was in the lead the first round too.
Yes, he was with 53 points. 53 points.
Wow.
And next we have Samantha P with 51. I know she was up there. Corey with 50.
Another one that was in there.
Matt with 50. And Emily with 49, and Paul M with 49.
Wow, so we got a few new ones.
Yes, a few new ones. I do want to go down all the way to the bottom.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he is certainly our tallest fan. He's future honorary geek, John S.
from Florida?
From Florida.
Is he doing poorly?
He chose poorly. Yes. He has 18 points. 18 points.
Oof. Is his finalist still in the running at least?
Yeah, his finalist is still there.
Okay, so his champion's still in the running, so there's still some hope for tall John from Florida.
Oh,
maybe a Cinderella story.
Yeah.
In the making.
I'm happy to see Derek fell down to 37.
Happy to see Derek fall.
How about our previous winner? Right, our last year's winner,
Tom from Long Island.
Tom from Long Island, honorary geek Tom has 42 points.
Okay. He's hanging in there.
He's hanging in there.
It's anybody's game.
Yes. Yep. Anyone's game.
Except John's.
Except for
If John's finalist wins the whole thing.
Right. I don't think many people picked who John picked. So if he wins the whole thing, that would be impressive.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Well, these last two rounds, last episode and this episode had a lot of us in it, right? And we were able
Too much of us.
a little too much of us. We were able to tip the scales sometimes and overrule the listeners. Next week it's going to be a little harder because we're adding another vote. We're going to have 2 guest judges next week in order to decide who goes on to the Final Four. Because next week we have...
The Flavor Four.
The Flavor Four, thank you. Next week we're doing the Savory 16 and the Elegant 8. And we're going to have a guest judge join us for the Savory 16. That's going to be Christina Harrison from touringplans.com.
An excellent judge and a food expert. This is really great. The guest judges are actually going to have a tiebreaker. So they're like a half point. So between the fans and the guest judges, that's 3.5 points. The geeks can no longer put their thumb on a scale. We're taking 16 down to 4 next week.
Yep. In the Elegant 8, we're going to have Becky Gandillan, the author of the Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World.
Honorary geek Becky, we've had her on in the last fall, and we're so excited to have her back. It's going to be such a fun time. I can't wait to set the Flavor Four next week.
Wow. That's going to be great.
Yeah.
So Savory 16 and Elegant 8 next week. Join us on Tuesday and hear who's going to get into our Flavor Four.
Yeah.
Sean, you want to take us out?
Thanks for listening to another episode of the ReedyGeeks podcast. Like, rate, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Any questions, comments, concerns, future titles, or topic ideas, email us at reedygeeks@gmail.com and check us out on all our socials at ReedyGeeks. We'll see you next time.
What did we do last year? We called people up.
Yeah.
That was not
we got
good.
some feedback that was not the move.
That was not the move.
The audience vote counts twice is a much better move. I can already feel that in my bones.
Yeah.
This week's Honest Send-Off comes courtesy of the Geeks. If you have an honest send-off that you want played at the end of one of our episodes, please submit an audio clip to us via our email address, reedygeeks@gmail.com. ReedyGeeks, a Walt Disney World podcast, is hosted and executive produced by Andrew Shopee, Sean Murphy, and JJ Hefner. Music and audio engineering by JJ Hefner.
Voyage.